Oh, it's the big fatty me. Ooh. Morning, Nick's Farm. It's Nora Hall. Yes, we're back in business. I'm feeling the best I have felt. It's been 2 whole weeks since I originally went down Pooley. I've still got this thing going on where there's kind of like, when I blow my nose, there's nothing there, but when I go, and a bit more vulgar than that, then it's grim. It's grim, to say the least. But I'm beginning to think now it's my allergies more than anything else, because I do take antihistamines every single day, so of course, I think when extra pollen and stuff kicks about, it takes a bit more. So you can see my hair is greasy, I'm looking grim, so I'm need to do a quick shower. So I'm gonna do a bit of a get ready with me, do a bit of makeup, do my hair today. Like, I want to be at my best. I'm gonna go to that studio, I'm gonna smash some recording. I've got Selena coming down. I've also got my granddaughter this afternoon. She's a little bit poorly, so I have offered to go get her earlier so that her dad can go to work. Sorry, I just accidentally spat on my camera. But if I know her dad, he's going to be like, no, I'll keep her until later. So happy days. Yes, first thing we do, get this bed made. Taking medication. So, oh, actually, Alexa, set a reminder for tomorrow.
What's the reminder for?
Collect medication from the pharmacy.
What time tomorrow? Should I remind you?
8 AM. I've got one starting left. I don't have high cholesterol, even though my eye suggests I do. I actually don't. I've been put on them as a preventative measure, so I don't end up with it, which I think's all kind of crazy, but I do have a lot of underlying health conditions where they did say to me that I am high risk of getting high cholesterol. So there is that, isn't there? Let's just get these taken. Now let's get my towels that are just heating on the radiator. Because does anyone else do that? Before they're going to go in the shower, put the towels on the radiator to warm them up before they jump in. I do. No. You're not coming in the shower with me, but I am going to get a shower. I don't even know if talking about how poorly I was is actually even anything, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to go through it. So literally, right, what happened is 2 weeks ago yesterday, I went over to see my best mate. We had a good day out. I shared the vlog with you. It's when we went and fed the squirrels and stuff. The very next day, I woke up quite poorly. Now, my friend smokes. And I used to smoke. So when I woke up the next day with quite a tight chest, I just assumed it's because I'd been around her when she was smoking. So there was quite a running joke when we were on live that morning. I was like, oh, you've made me poorly, my chest's tight, I don't feel very well. I was like, and she was like, well, if you don't feel very well, it's possibly not me. And I'm like, no, it's probably not, but I want to blame you because that's who I am. That's how our friendship works. So that's where that bit came into it. So I was literally like, I believe that you've made me poorly. I was joking, obviously. I just thought, but I did genuinely think it was a tight chest from being around her when she was smoking. Oh, sorry, my straighteners weren't plugged in. Yeah, no. Yes. These are them wet to straight straighteners. So you can do it on wet hair. Don't worry, I've got heat protection spray too. So yeah, so that was that. So I started feeling a bit poorly. So then on the Tuesday, I still didn't feel great. So I'd actually spoken to my daughter and said to her, because obviously the Wednesday I'll pick up my granddaughter, I was like, look, I might have to get you to come with me to pick the bairn up and then just drop yous off at your house rather than spending the time with her. But don't worry, I'll still pick her up from the nursery. Woke up on the Wednesday and I felt, but I felt like I can still watch the granddaughter. Why not? So then what I did is I picked up the granddaughter. Then I took her home and then I started to feel really, really ill. So the next morning I was on FaceTime with my daughter. I was like, look, you're more than welcome to come and spend the day with me because I'm not recording today. I just don't feel up for it and I need some new shelving for up at the studio, so that's all I'm going to do. And that Thursday's the night that I get my daughter from school. So on the Thursday, that's exactly what happened. Sorry guys, I was just doing a video because I'm creating content whilst I'm on here as well. So yeah, so on the Thursday, that's exactly what I did. I went and got some shelves. I then built some of the shelves, spent some time with my daughter and my granddaughter, and then got my other daughter from school. Then we had tea together, then I dropped everybody off at home. Well, I dropped the youngest, the daughter and the granddaughter off, and then I dropped my daughter off a little bit later. Then the Friday I woke up and I was like, I really do not feel okay. So at that point what I've done is I've then thought, you need to get some drafts back behind you. So at this point I had about 90 drafts in my TikTok. So then what I've done, sorry it keeps going, my phone keeps going to slide off the screen. I then went into, what did I do? I went up to my studio and I just created a load of drafts. I ended up with about 150 by the end of the day. Then that Saturday I wasn't well, but every day I just went up and created a couple of more videos just to make sure, because I knew I was going to go down and get it really bad. Then it got to the point where by the Tuesday I was like, I really am not okay, like, and my voice is starting to get hoarse and I'm really struggling and I'm just feeling lethargic and I'm struggling to eat and drink, and I've always got a drink with me. Like, I've got a drink up there behind me, I've got a bottle of water at the side, but there's always a drink near me. Most of the time I've got 2 to 3 drinks near me, one with caffeine, one with energy, and one with caffeine, one with flavour, and one that's water to keep hydrated. So anyways, you can still hear I'm not okay now, but I'm a lot better than I was. So then went into the doctors and he was like, right, you've probably got laryngitis because you don't have tonsils, so it can't be tonsillitis. He was like, because you haven't had a fever, your body's just fighting it on its own, you don't need anything. And I was like, fine. Because at this point I'm thinking, I needed antibiotics for days, didn't do anything. So bearing in mind, this is the following Tuesday. I got ill on the Monday and it's the following Tuesday that I then finally go to the doctors. So then I'm like, okay, because normally at that point they'd have given me steroids. But of course I didn't even get given any antibiotics. So I leave the doctor's office, come home, put my head on the pillow, and that's me gone for about 4 hours. Then I woke up and I was starving. I was like, yes, I can eat. I've ordered something to eat, I ate it. Within 20 minutes, half an hour, I'm throwing up. Then I can't lift my head off my pillow. Then I've got a fever, then I've got a temperature, and then I'm getting so scared. Now, the reason I'm sharing this with you, I know people aren't probably going to be interested about me being poorly, is I am an ex-addict. And one of the withdrawal symptoms felt very similar to how poorly as I felt. And there's a film that's been on the old HBO Max, not a film, a TV series called Euphoria, which glorifies things, it does. So at that point I was like, well, if this is what I feel like when I didn't take any H, which is why I went out and got some more, maybe if I go get some, I might be fine. Luckily for me and my mental health, my head couldn't get off the pillow. I couldn't even get to the bathroom on time half the time because I was just so exhausted and tired and broken. But then I got scared that thought had even entered my head. So I'm literally on the phone, my mate's on the phone to me like all the time. She's like, Rachel, you okay? Rachel, you okay? Rachel, you okay? And in the finish, what she's done is she's like, right, I'm gonna come down, take it to the hospital. And I was like, I don't mean to be rude, I was like, but even if you come, I ain't getting out of bed to answer the door. I haven't got that energy to it. And she, like, even when I was responding to her text messages, it was voice to text. And I wasn't even meant to be talking, but I'm a talker, it's what I do. So then I explained to her about, like, I need this Euphoria off my continue watching. Because I'd watched the first season, it was alright, but the second season, it was glorifying it even more. And it was making them attractive, as shit as that sounds, as an addict. Recovering addict, it was making them attractive, and I was so poorly. So when you're on the hitch, if you get to a point where you can't get any, you get poorly, you get flu-like symptoms, you start feeling like you've got a fever, you feel like garbage, and you know that when you get it within minutes, you're better. And I started feeling like that type of rubbish, and I know that it wasn't withdrawal, but at the same time, I was like, maybe it might work in principle. I was never going to act on that, but it's the fact I thought it, I scared myself. So I actually sent her my logins and she went in and she managed to remove it off my continue watching because I couldn't figure out what to do. It turns out you need to do it on your phone. That was it. But I just didn't have the energy, but I needed it off my screen. So hats off to her for that. And then that night was probably one of the best night sleeps that I've had in years. I slept for a good 5 hours solid, which for me I'm a broken sleeper and I can get 5 hours, but it's sporadic 5 hours. You know, like this was a solid 5 hour sleep. And I'm poorly, by the way, and I've got a fever. So the fact that I didn't wake up when I did wake up was like scared me. It was like, shee. Was I at the point where I wasn't going to be here anymore? Then it's like, dawn on me, you live on your own. The only time anyone would ever realise that you're not okay, because this weekend, my daughter wasn't staying with me, she was staying with my other daughter, because they were going to a party. I was like, nobody would know. Till I don't pick my granddaughter up next week, nobody would know. But lo and behold, this week, my granddaughter's now going away. So nobody would have known until Thursday night this week. So this is from Tuesday last week, Wednesday last week. Nobody would know until Thursday this week that I wasn't okay. So it scared me at how long I'd slept with a fever. I didn't even know that was possible, but it did. Then the Thursday I was awful. Friday I started to get my voice back a little bit, and then I think it was Friday night I was out of drafts. And if I come out with the FYP, I then lose my wage. So I was like, right, so I went up to the neighbour and I was like, look, I've got 11 items that just need videos, because there were samples as well and they needed to be done. So please come up my studio with me just whilst I get these 11 things done. It took me about 2.5 hours to do these items, because it just took me ages to get changed, it took me ages to record the video, then I had to keep sitting down, and it just wasn't okay. And yeah, so I ended up, I did end up getting those little bits done, but then what that's done is it's kind of given me the little jolt that I need to try and pull myself back around even more. And it was yesterday, which is Sunday, it's the first day that I've woke up actually feeling decent. So today I'm actually going back in the studio, that's why I'm recording, but it's also why the last 3 videos you've had on my on my YouTube, sorry, that have all been TikTok hauls, because I got delivered so much stuff. You didn't even get to see any of the Spotlight stuff. That's where it's all the clothes that have been sent from China. You haven't even seen all the bags of that. Like my studio, I'll show you it when I get up there. My boot's full of them as well. I'll show you when I go up there. So that was that with me being poorly. So today, this is where we're at now, where I'm doing the whole get ready with me. And today should be a nice chill day. I did offer to go get the bairn a bit earlier, but of course, I do understand her dad wanting to keep her with him. Like, what dad wouldn't? Do you know what I mean? If she was with a mum, then a mum would have wanted her too, you know? Like, mum? I don't say mum. So these are the wet to straight. So I am going to quickly pause this, because I am just going to record a little video. In fact, you guys can watch me do it. We're back on with the wet to straight straighteners, guys. These are the Remington ones. They go up to 230 degrees. And I know a lot of people don't like it when you put heat on your hair. I have put a heat protector on, and these straighteners are specifically for wet hair. You can use them on dry hair. You can also curl your hair with them. I'm just not very good at curling my hair with a straightener. So I am going to link them in the bottom left hand corner again. If you do want them, go get yours, and I'll be back once my hair's dry at the end, just to show you the final result. And there we go, that's how easy it is to do a video. But you got to remember, when I get sent something that's a sample, you need to do at least 3 videos. But sometimes them 3 videos don't really go anywhere, so you keep doing videos until they start getting a bit popular or you make sales on them. Because I like to keep going with the company. So this is how I work on the TikTok shop. If I get sent something via voucher, 9 times out of 10 that's a Spotlight product, I'll do my 3 videos, I'm done. You don't have to do 3 videos for voucher products, but I do anyway. Not just that, sometimes I can't remember what's sample and what's video when it comes to clothes. Voucher or sample when it comes to clothes. So for me, to make my life easier, which actually makes my life harder, I do 3 for everything. Apart from when I was poorly, that day I only did the once. So what happens is, if a company sends me these, they're not cheap, right? They're not cheap. So they've invested in me. So if I then do the 3 videos, that's fine. That I've done my commitment. But if I don't make a sale, why would they work with me again? You know? So I will keep pushing videos out and keep pushing videos out until I've made at least a sale. And yeah, and sometimes you'll end up keep doing that, and eventually one of your products gets viral, you know? Like, you never know what video is going to pop off. You never know. So I just keep going and going and going, and hopefully I will get a viral video. I know people on the app that have had random months where they've earned like 10 grand in one month or 9 grand in one month. I want one of those months. Oh, I do love these. I love how my hair feels afterwards. So did I show you the spray that I used first? This is the spray that I put on first. So these are not paid promotions, guys. I don't get paid for anything to do with YouTube. I just really love doing YouTube. So this is what I've got on the Beauty Works 10-in-1 Miracle Spray. So that's what I've put on my hair first. That light's getting really bad into my eyes. Let me just close that video off. So let me get into a little bit about why I do social media. So I have always wanted to do social media. Even years ago when I saw the odd video go viral on YouTube, I wanted to do it. But at that time I was around a lot of people that didn't understand social media, a lot of people that were like, not very supportive of things like that, didn't see it as a real job and real work, and I was talked out of it a lot of times. So anyways, it got to a point where I was like, screw it, let's just see what happens. So 2 years ago, this month, I decided to get myself to 1,000 followers on TikTok. So I'd done the odd TikTok now and again, so occasionally I'd done a couple of trends, and a couple of the trends that I'd done had gone viral. So I was at about 700 followers. So I was like, and plus I work in big corporate businesses. So I'd worked for McDonald's, I'd worked for EE. So of course they have quite a large staff turnover. So you end up naturally with lots of people following you anyway. So when you do a funny video, there's people there that naturally watch them. So there was that. So I had about 700 followers, and I was like, I wonder if I can get to 1,000 by the end of May. That's not originally how it started, actually. It was before then. So what had happened is in the December, I was buying stuff. Well, in the lead up to the December the year before, I was buying a lot of stuff off an app called Shein, or however you want to say it. And I was wasting my whole bonus on that. So some months I'd get like £600 bonus in the job that I was doing, and then I'd spend £600. Some months I'd get £1,000, I'd spend £1,000. Some months I'd get £300, I'd spend £300. But I was doing it at the stupidest times in the middle of the night. And then what happened is someone was like, have you heard of TikTok Shop? And I was like, no, what is this? What is this sorcery? So I went on the TikTok, and I started realising it was very similar products, but via TikTok. But I was getting offered vouchers. And some of the stuff I wanted, I was getting cheaper in the TikTok Shop. It wasn't always like that. Sometimes it was cheaper the other way around. And then what happened, I became a little bit addicted to it. But I started buying off people's links, because I'd learned that they would get commission. I was like, I'm all about supporting people, Didn't fully understand it at the time. And then I bought some products, and they were crap, they were garbage, and I was like, they blatantly lied. It wasn't one of those things like, this is how it fits on me, it might fit different on you. It was a thing of, the quality of the product was garbage, everything about it was wrong, it was horrible, it didn't fit, it wasn't plus size like they'd suggested. But you gotta remember, I was a size 26 and I buys this coat and it comes and it wouldn't have fit a size 18, right? So that's what happened. So I was fuming. But I didn't realise the brands didn't have anything to do with the videos that went out. So I actually refused to use that brand for almost 2 years. And that was Puffit. Now, yes, you did see me go to their event quite recently. So I wouldn't buy their stuff, I wouldn't link to their stuff, I wouldn't do anything with it. And then what happened is I ordered something else, and the same thing again. Somebody else had lied, and I was livid, because this thing wasn't cheap that I bought. I can't even remember what it was at this point, but I just remember being livid about it. So then what happened is I was like, right. So then I started putting all of my bonus from my job, because I was in a commission-based job, and I got paid commission monthly. I would spend it all in the TikTok Shop. And then what I would do is I would do reviews on the clothes, true reviews on the clothes that I didn't get paid for, because I wasn't eligible to link anything. I was like, right guys, I can't link this, but this is what I've bought. And I'd take a screenshot of me purchase so that people knew what to search for. And I said, this is what it's really like. I'm not getting paid for this. I don't get paid for this content. And people really actually appreciated it and liked it. So yeah, so that was that. So then it got to the May, and I was like, because I only started doing that in like the February, March. I think it was more the March than the February. So then, and of course I'd only done 2 lots of that. And in the May I was like, I want 1,000 followers by the end of this month. And I went for it, and I did it. By the end of that month, I could link the products. So I was like, right guys, I can link the products now. However, I'm still gonna be brutally honest. So it took ages to be eligible for samples. So everything that I was bringing, I was buying. They didn't have refundable samples then, or if they did, I didn't know how to do it. I can't remember. So I was still spending all of my bonus in the TikTok Shop to buy stuff, to promote stuff. And I'm brutally honest, even to this day, I am brutally honest. And then what happened is it started getting a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. And here we are now, 2 years later from the May, when I got to my first 1,000. Because after the first 1,000, I then started chasing the 10,000, wanted in the creator fund because I thought it was going to get me out of debt. It did not, because it's garbage. But do you know what? It's fine. I don't do a lot of the stuff that you would warrant, because if you're doing the TikTok as an affiliate, you need to have your affiliate videos. If you're wanting to earn the creator reward, then you need to be doing all the other videos. If you're kind of trying to do both, it can hinder you more. So, which I've learned the hard way. So now I have my main account, which is just shoppable content of any variety. Then I've got my backup account, which is just clothing, skincare and makeup. But I will also do skits in that one as well. And then what I've done is I've moved things like my TikTok hauls over into YouTube. But I want to be a star. Like, I want to be a household name. I want people to know who I am. I want a legacy, and I want that legacy to be Rachel Nixon 1985. Now, I'm not denying it. I don't hide it, and I'm not even pretending to be something I'm not. I am being fully honest about what it is that I want. And I don't think some people like that, but I think there's a lot of people that do. And that's how it all came about. And now I'm trying to get to that 100,000. And at the same time as well, I also want to get enough subscribers on here to be able to monetize here too. So if you're not already subscribed. Yeah, and that's the honest matter of it. And plus, another thing I like to do is raise awareness about stuff. So when I go live and things like that and jump in other people's lives, like, I'll support other people. I have helped loads of people get their pages to a position where they get enough followers to be able to go live, to be able to get to the point where they can do things themselves. Like, I do support people in those things if they want the support. So yeah, so I do that. So what was I going to say there? I forgot what I was saying, guys. I love it when I have to re-watch what I've wrote, what I've said, so that just to remind myself where I was in the conversation. So we're on the fact of, I want to be able to monetize off here, and I just want my name to be known. So the point of what I was going to say is, I've been through a lot. I have been through DV, I have been through SA, I was a child of SA, like, that had SA, like, I have had all of those things. I have been in situations where I have been homeless. I have had substance misuse. I have some of the grief situations I've been in. I have seen people no longer here as a result of choices they've made. I have got underlying health conditions linked into sexual health, you know? So all of these different things are things that I can help and support with other people. I've had dealings with the social services. I've had, like, there's all these different things. I live in a room, that's it. I just live in a room. It's just me living in a room. Honestly, a lot of what I do is to raise awareness or support, because sometimes, I had it before where I did a really sensitive live a couple of weeks ago, and a lot of the people in that live were very supportive. They were listening. There was a lot of people in that live that felt heard just by me sharing my story. There's people in that live that hadn't been believed about stuff ever, that by the end of it were happy because people believed them. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those things that's another reason I do it. My end game is I eventually want to have somewhere for people that have recovered, because a lot of relapse happens within the first 3 months of recovery, and it's because there's no support, there's no help, you're isolated, you don't have your friends, your family probably aren't talking to you, so you're just in a situation where you've got nothing and no one. So I want to support people, integrate people back into society. That is my end game. My end game is to help. That's it. I just want to help. And I don't just help people to help people. I help people because it makes me feel good as well. It gives me that dopamine that I really, really want, you know? And that's where I get my dopamine, by helping people, and that's it. So I'm a helpful person. And if that's classed as a selfish reason to be helpful, it's better to be helpful for a selfish reason than not be helpful at all, surely. But yeah, that's kind of the long and short of it, to be honest with you. So that's where I'm going with that. So I'm just going to get some makeup on. I'm just going to put a light spriff of makeup today. I don't want to go too far. So that's all I'm doing today. So just put a little bit of foundation, a little bit of mascara, maybe it's a bit of lippy. How on earth do you get into this? You wouldn't think I only put this on yesterday, would you? Opened it yesterday. But of course, if anyone has any questions about stuff, or feels that they need support, so I don't give money support. I ain't freaking got money to give money support, but as far as how many people ask me for it. But if you want someone to listen, if you want someone to talk to, If you want someone to rant at, if you want someone to shout at, then I'll absolutely be available to do any of them things within reason. Obviously at 4 o'clock in the morning I am not making myself really available for someone to shout at me, unless we're going to a beach somewhere and watching the sunrise, and I might do it that way. I'm joking, I'm not going up to meet everyone, but I do eventually want to do a series where I put it out on social media that I'm going to be at this coffee house today in this town. If you want to come and have a cup of coffee with me, get yourself there and just do that. So for example, like, I'll be in Darlington today, I'll be at the Starbucks up at Faverdale. If you want to come and have a cup of coffee with me, you have to buy your own coffee, but you're more than welcome to come and have a coffee and have a chat. You know? I do eventually want to do that, because sometimes people just want to chat. I was going to do it at my studio, but then I had some choice messages on my inbox, which then steered me away from that decision. Oh my god, I didn't do no skincare. Oh well. One day it's not going to hurt. I mean, it might, but I didn't do skincare all last week or the week before. There we go. A little bit of just a little bit of foundation. I don't want to go too harsh today. I haven't got the energy for it. I haven't got the mentality for it. Sorry, I'm going off screen again because I'm just grabbing a little mascara out my little fridge. Ooh, what mascara are you? My Dream Big Lightening and Volumizing Pro Fusion Cosmetics. What even are those eyelashes? Meaning, where did they come from? Now that's a good mascara. That is good. I like that. And that's it. Bare minimum makeup. My lippy's already up at the studio. I might put a little bit of lash in actually. Not lash, brow. Just a tiny bit of brow. Right. There we go. Brows are done. Just had a message off my friend telling me she's on her way down. So I best get a wriggle on, because she'll be here in about 40 minutes. And she's not coming in, she's going to be going straight to my studio. If she gets there and I'm not there, she will not be very happy. And that's it. That's today's makeup, guys. It's minimal. I will be putting on a lippy, but that's up at the studio, the combo I want to use. Because when I go light on the makeup, I go heavy on the lips. Actually, I've got a spoolie for that now. Where did I put it? There we go. Perfect. Right, let's go. I didn't finish saying about the Puffit, did I? So if you remember, I was just saying before that one of the companies that I didn't trust was Puffit because of the videos I'd seen. Then when I started linking stuff, I actually learned how it worked, and that I can get sent something and then I've got free reign on what video that I do. With a lot of companies, there's one or two where you kind of have to stick to their scripts. But you know what, guys? About 4 months ago, they reached out to me and was like, please will you try this jacket? And I was like, right, I will give you a shot. Because it actually was plus size, this jacket. And they sent it and I loved it. I have now got 6 jackets and I went to their event the other week and it's the only coats and jackets I now wear. So, oh, excuse me. So yeah, I am so glad that I learned, I've got hiccups. I am so glad that I learned how the TikTok shop works properly, so that because I was blaming a brand. I was blaming a brand that something wasn't their fault, you know? And I held my hands up and I told them when I met them, it's like, look, I was like, this is why I wasn't working with you. And they just couldn't apologise enough, And you know what, they're the nicest people. I've met so many nice companies. I have met the people with BYD, the car company, met the people of Cakes Body, which is the breast covers. I have met the Halara people, I have met the Puffit people, who else have I met? I've met loads of brands. I've met the Ass Cleaning guys, I've met people who work for Crocs, so many brands, Nature Spell, so many brands guys, so many brands, and I'm so grateful for every single minute of it, and I freaking love it. I love my job, and this is why I get so ill. So the reason I get so ill is because I run myself into the ground because I just want to do more. I want to do more. One more video, Rachel, one more video, one more video, one more video. Or you feel like you need to have a rest, just do one more video. So I run myself in the ground all the time, and that's why I get so poorly so quick, because I just keep going because I love it that much. I love the events, I love the people, I love the lives, I love the creating the content. I just love everything about what I do, and that's why I do it. Now, I need to go jump in my car because Selena messaged me 13 minutes ago to say she was on her way. She's only 40 minutes away, and I'm 15 minutes away. So, I mean, I should be there well before she is. Let's go! First thing I'm going to do now, come out the house, is I'm going to go up to the neighbours and see if there's any packages for me to collect, which the chances are there probably won't be because I already got most of them. So I'm hoping that if there is, there's only one or two. Now, I don't normally knock on the morning. Parcels! So I've got two in my hand right now. She said there's another 2 big grey bags and a couple of boxes. So let's load up this car. This is what my car currently looks like. Bags galore in there. Oh, there's nothing in my boot. Where is that? Let's go have a look. Oh, there it all is. There it all is. That's everything's been delivered whilst I've been sick. Plus everything that you've had hauls on. Look at my studio. Like I said when I was poorly, started setting up some shelves to get things in order. So all of them clothes need to go all in them shelves, ready to sell them all. All of these need uploading to be sold. All of these are already uploaded on this shelf here, that shelf there, and that second shelf out at the end up there. The only problem is because I've been poorly, I had to put myself in holiday mode on Vinted. I should really take myself out of holiday mode today, but I might wait till tomorrow for that. So Selena's come to see me, and she's walked in, she got very overwhelmed by the room. And now
I'm shopping.
She's shopping, guys. So, because obviously all this is eventually going to go up for sale. It is. And then if you come over here, we're also on FaceTime with her daughter, so her daughter doesn't miss out neither. So she can watch her mum shopping. I'll just turn the phone on there. There we go. So that's what we're doing right now. And while she's shopping, I'm sorting and getting stuff put on hangers. And then I'm getting stuff put on the shelves behind me. I will get this place in order, some sort of order, as soon as I can. But yeah, that's what we're doing. I think we're going to go quickly run and grab a coffee and something to eat though, because I'm starting to feel sick. So I think we need to go do that. Some vlogger I am. I've just gone to leave the studio because we're going to quickly go for a bite to eat and a coffee. I've just tried to leave without my camera. Like, I'm meant to be some type of vlogger and I leave my camera in the studio. Make that make sense. I promise you I'm getting better at this. Locked. Morning. Just getting a little cheeky McDonald's, so I've gone breakfast wrap with brown sauce and a coffee, and Selena's gone breakfast wrap with red sauce and an Oasis. And I'm very excited. I haven't had a McDonald's breakfast in time.
I haven't had one in years.
No, it's not been years for me, let's be honest.
It's been years for me.
It's been weeks. Such a flattering angle this, isn't it? I need to get something to put my camera in.
Like a holder?
I used to have a holder and then it popped off and I never put it back on. Now I don't know where it is. Always. Look at the cream off the top. It's a little fatty in me. Oh, it's the big fatty in me. I'm about to have my wrap, but look. Yeah, brown sauce is coming out the top of it. So I'm just going to quickly open it. Brown sauce coming out the top of my box, guys. Shows how different me and Selena is, doesn't it? She went for crappy ketchup, and I went for glorious brown sauce. Ooh. The only thing I miss about working in McDonald's, because I used to work there years ago, is the camaraderie. Like, the people that you worked with. It was genuinely like working with a lot of people that we're family with. So this is what my room now looks like. So we have actually made a dent on that shelving and on that. So of course that's now becoming a lot fuller. I've managed to fill up a bit on there. Happy days. And didn't even make a dent. This is all going to Selena's. So those two's going to Selena's and that's going to her daughter's. Because the handy thing about us all being similar sizes is that sometimes it just works in our favours. So yeah, so that's all going to theirs. And I've now got a completely clear rack here so that I can get this one sorted. And I'm thinking I might sign off on this one for today because I'm going to go get the granddaughter, and obviously I don't record when she's here. So Selena's going to be saying bye. Should I get Selena to say bye to you guys? You're going to say bye to everyone.
Bye, guys.
There we go. And yeah, so I shall see you all again soon. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Like, follow, hit the bell so you don't miss anything. And don't forget, at some point this week, I'm going to do the thing when I drive to the drive-through and I order what the car in front's drove. Ordered even. And we're going to go from there. So, I've seen this laughing at me. Did you even see her? Everyone always laughs at me. Always. But yeah, thank you so much for being a part of today, guys. I'm glad that I'm feeling a lot better. I'm glad I managed to get some sort of order assembly and put into this room.
What?
Huh?
Order?
Yeah. I said some sort of order. It's better than what it was when you walked in. It's judging me. And I've managed to find the videos that need doing for my backup account. All the stuff that needs doing for my main account. So that's going to come as in another haul eventually. I'm just going to put all my hauls on here as well, which again keeps me here. Thank you, bye. Run! Ah! Fucking didn't even get scared, guys. What a waste. Don't forget to subscribe. I've been Rachel Nixon 1985. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.